The tragic case of Jacob Wetterling, an 11-year-old boy who was abducted and murdered in Minnesota, is a haunting reminder of the vulnerabilities children face. His disappearance on October 22, 1989, marked the beginning of a nearly 27-year-long mystery that gripped the nation. The investigation into Jacob's case not only highlighted the need for child safety measures, but also led to significant changes in legislation regarding sexual offenders. This article delves into the details of Jacob's abduction, the subsequent investigation, the eventual confession of his murderer, and the impact of his case on child safety laws. But first, subscribe to our channel for more content, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. On the night of October 22, 1989, Jacob Wetterling, his younger brother Trevor, and their friend Aaron Larson were biking home from a convenience store in St. Joseph, Minnesota. The boys had gone to rent a video, enjoying a typical evening of childhood adventure. However, their innocence was shattered when Danny Heinrich emerged from a driveway wearing a stocking cap mask and wielding an unloaded revolver. Heinrich ordered the boys to throw their bikes into a ditch and lie face down on the ground. He then demanded to know their ages. After instructing Trevor to run into the woods and not look back, Heinrich turned his attention to Jacob, telling Aaron to flee as well. This was the last time anyone saw Jacob alive. The immediate aftermath of Jacob's abduction saw an extensive search involving local law enforcement, the FBI, and community volunteers. Flyers with Jacob's photo were distributed widely, and the case quickly garnered national media attention. The Wetterling family's anguish was palpable, and they became advocates for child safety, determined to find their son and prevent similar tragedies. The investigation into Jacob's disappearance was exhaustive. Law enforcement officials followed thousands of leads and conducted numerous interviews, but the case remained unsolved for years. In January 1989, just months before Jacob's abduction, another boy named Jared Shirel was kidnapped and sexually assaulted in a nearby town. The similarities between the two cases raised suspicions about a potential connection, leading investigators to focus on Danny Heinrich. Heinrich was initially questioned in December 1989, shortly after Jacob's disappearance. At that time, he denied any involvement. However, as the years passed, he became a person of interest due to his history of sexual offenses and the patterns observed in both cases. In 2015, investigators matched Heinrich's DNA to evidence collected from the Shirel case, reigniting scrutiny on him. A search of Heinrich's home revealed child pornography, further implicating him in crimes against children. Despite this evidence, the search for Jacob continued, with the Wetterling family holding on to hope for answers. The breakthrough in the case came in September 2016, when Danny Heinrich decided to cooperate with authorities as part of a plea deal. On September 1st, he led investigators to a pasture near Paynesville, about 30 miles from where Jacob was abducted. There, human remains in Jacob's clothing were discovered. The identity of the remains was confirmed through dental records, bringing a devastating conclusion to the Wetterling family's long nightmare. On September 6th, Heinrich confessed to kidnapping and murdering Jacob. He detailed the events of that fateful night, admitting to handcuffing Jacob, driving him to a gravel pit, and ultimately taking his life. Heinrich's confession was chilling, as he recounted how he had evaded police by listening to a scanner, allowing him to return to the site and move Jacob's body to conceal it further. As part of the plea agreement, Heinrich pleaded guilty to one count of child pornography and was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. The agreement allowed prosecutors to avoid charging him with murder, a decision that sparked outrage among many who felt justice had not been fully served. During the court proceedings, Judge John Tunheim emphasized the impact of Heinrich's crimes on the lives of children and families, acknowledging the pain and suffering caused by his actions. The plea deal also opened the door for state authorities to seek Heinrich's civil commitment as a sexual predator, potentially keeping him incarcerated indefinitely after his prison term. Jacob's case had far-reaching implications for child safety laws in the United States. In the wake of his abduction, his parents, Jerry and Patty Wetterling, founded the Jacob Wetterling Resource Center, advocating for stronger protections for children. Their efforts contributed to the passage of the Jacob Wetterling Act in 1994, which established the first state sex offender registry. Over the years, this legislation evolved, leading to the implementation of Megan's Law in 1996 and the Adam Walsh Child Protection and Safety Act in 2006. These laws aimed to enhance public safety by increasing transparency regarding sex offenders and improving communication among law enforcement agencies. The Wetterling family's advocacy work continues to resonate today as they strive to ensure that no other family endures the pain they experienced. Their commitment to child safety has inspired countless initiatives aimed at protecting vulnerable children from abduction and abuse. Jacob Wetterling's legacy is one of both tragedy and hope. While his life was cut short, his story has led to significant changes in how society approaches child safety. The awareness raised by his case has prompted communities to adopt proactive measures to protect children, including education programs on abduction prevention and increased vigilance in neighborhoods. The Jacob Wetterling Resource Center remains active, providing resources and support for families affected by similar tragedies. The organization emphasizes the importance of community involvement in safeguarding children and fostering an environment where they can thrive without fear. In 2008, the center was renamed the Jacob Wetterling Resource Center, reflecting its ongoing commitment to child safety and advocacy. The center continues to honor Jacob's memory by working tirelessly to prevent child abductions and support families in need. In the wake of Jacob's disappearance, the STT, Joseph community rallied together to support the Wetterling family. Vigils were held, and community members organized search parties, demonstrating a collective determination to find Jacob. The outpouring of support highlighted the close-knit nature of the town and the shared grief experienced by all residents. Local schools implemented safety programs, teaching children about stranger danger and encouraging them to report any suspicious activity. The Wetterling family's advocacy work also inspired other communities to take similar actions, leading to a nationwide movement focused on child safety. The media played a significant role in keeping Jacob's case in the public eye. National news outlets covered the story extensively, and the Wetterling family participated in interviews and talk shows to raise awareness about their son's disappearance. This media attention helped generate leads and tips from the public, although it also put immense pressure on the family. The coverage of Jacob's case highlighted the importance of media in missing children cases, as it can mobilize communities and increase the likelihood of finding the child. However, it also raised ethical questions about the media's responsibility in handling sensitive cases involving children and families. Following Heinrich's confession, legal proceedings began to unfold. The plea agreement sparked controversy, as many felt that the lack of murder charges was a miscarriage of justice. The Wetterling family expressed their disappointment, but remained focused on their advocacy efforts. The legal proceedings also brought attention to the complexities of the criminal justice system, particularly in cases involving sexual predators. The plea deal allowed Heinrich to avoid a murder charge, but it also opened the door for civil commitment, ensuring that he would remain under supervision even after serving his prison sentence. In the years following Jacob's case, the Wetterling family continued their fight for justice and child safety. They became involved in various initiatives aimed at preventing child abductions and advocating for stronger laws regarding sexual offenders. The family's resilience in the face of tragedy inspired many, and their commitment to ensuring that no other family experiences the pain they endured became a driving force in their lives. Their story serves as a reminder of the importance of advocacy and the need for continued efforts to protect children. Jacob's case resonated with people across the nation, leading to increased awareness about child abduction and the importance of community involvement in safeguarding children. Organizations dedicated to child safety emerged, and existing groups expanded their efforts to address the growing concerns surrounding child abductions. The national response to Jacob's case also highlighted the need for improved communication and coordination among law enforcement agencies. The lessons learned from the investigation into Jacob's abduction informed future cases, leading to enhanced protocols and strategies for handling missing children cases. The murder of Jacob Wetterling is a heartbreaking chapter in American history, one that serves as a stark reminder of the dangers children face. His abduction and the subsequent investigation captivated the nation, leading to significant changes in child safety legislation and advocacy. While the pain of Jacob's loss will never fully fade, his legacy lives on through the work of his family and the ongoing efforts to protect children. The case of Jacob Wetterling is a testament to the resilience of families and communities as they unite to ensure that such tragedies do not happen again. While the pain of Jacob's loss will never fully fade, his legacy lives on through the work of his family and the ongoing efforts to protect children. The case of Jacob Wetterling is a testament to the resilience of families and communities as they unite to ensure that such tragedies do not happen again.